The Oddtrotter here, trying my way through Illinois, and today we're in Pontiac, Illinois, at perhaps one of the best kept secrets in the state, the Route 66 Hall of Fame and Museum, celebrating Illinois stretch of the Mother Road. Now over here, just opposite the booth, this is a booth from, just opposite the van rather, this is a booth from the world's first Steak and Shake, which we've already visited. Well, we visited the outside, we didn't go inside, of course. But this booth was donated to the Hall of Fame Museum in the 90s when the place originally closed. And it's been moved from McLean, Illinois to Pontiac. Now we have a large collection of license plates here, showing a full history of license plates from the very beginning up here in the top left to all the way down to the 1920s and 30s, moving here from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and all the way to 84. Nice bicentennial one there as well. Now, you can't talk about Route 66 without talking about this gentleman, especially if you're talking about in Illinois. This is Bob Waldmire. He was an artist. He wasn't just an artist, he was a legend, especially to aficionados of the Mother Road. He drew postcards, he drew murals. You'll actually see one of the murals he drew later on. His father, Ed Waldmire, founded the Cozy Dog Drive-In in Springfield. They played the first batter-dipped corn dogs ever made. Rest assured, we will go to the Cozy Dog one day. And he did sketches, he did a lot of incredible works, all based on his time here on the road. Pontiac is the nerve center of Illinois section of the Mother Road. You'd think it would be in Chicago, but it isn't. It was actually originally in McLean, about 45 miles from here at the Dixie Truckers' home. But it was moved after the Dixie Truckers' home changed hands a few years ago. Lovely old gas pump. And over here, if this vehicle looks familiar, it should. This was Bob Waldmire's 1972 orange microbus. And it is the basis for Fillmore. That's right, Fillmore from Cars, from the movie Cars. Pixar actually originally wanted to name the character Waldmire after the man himself, but he couldn't stand for that kind of commercialism. He was not that kind of a man. He was a vegetarian, he was a vegetarian, he was a proud peacenik, he was something of a beatnik himself, part beatnik, part hippie, and 100% legend. He loved everything he did. He loved his work. He loved his art. And he passed away in 2009. Passed away in 2009 and left an incredible legacy. He was one of the men who, well, one of the people who brought the Mother Road back from its obscurity that it had fallen into in the 80s. And here are some samples of Bob Waldmire's work, both in photos and in pictures, in what's known as the Bob Waldmire Experience. You can see here. I know it's been saying this. The main reason I became a traveling artist was to avoid having a real job. It was about being free to move. Wanderlust. And we all have that wanderlust. And it's that kind of wanderlust that makes us want to do things like this. It's what is one of the things that inspired me to make the Oddtrotter. For example, is when you look around and you see, as he did, all the things that make this whole world of ours unique and unusual. And here's a signed Waldmire family, small version of the mural that you'll see a little later on. There's some rattlesnakes, don't provoke them. They don't look all that real, but I will heed their advice. Here's Van's pamphlet. This is one of his pamphlets, Venomous Victims of the Desert Southwest. He loved snakes. He just loved snakes. He loved animals. And he did a lot of these educational drawings for local things here in Illinois. And here's how Pixar talked to Bob Waldmire and how he convinced them not to use his name in Cars in the film. This is the mural I was mentioning earlier. At 66 feet long, it was designed by Waldmire just before his death and painted by over 500 people, most of whom were his family and friends from along the road. Downtown Pontiac has over 24 murals. Some of them are related to Route 66, while others are just related to Pontiac itself. The museum we were at has an exhibit devoted to the people who made murals like these. Now, Bob Waldmire isn't the only legend of Route 66. There's another legendary group of people that this museum celebrates, and that's the Walldogs. Walldogs are the people that make signs like these, signs that you see on barns, people that make things like the murals here in town, the ads for Old Mail Pouch Tobacco in Merrimack Caverns and Ruby Falls and all those places. Walldogs were basically people, 2 or 3 painters who would go to towns all across the country, and they would take the time. They would be here to, excuse me, they were the ones who painted these signs. They'd go across, they'd spend months on the road, away from their families. The only company they had was each other, and they would spend all that time making these murals and signs. It's an incredible profession, and this little group of signs celebrates the efforts they took. And here, as you can see, this isn't just scribbles. This is people from all over the world writing where they're from and who they are in chalk. We've even put our own name in here, even though it's hard to find. And here's some more pictures over at 66, and this is a photojournal exhibit showing the people who work and live and call this their livelihood. Some of them from major spots like the Dolores Chicken Basket up in Willowbrook, which is up around Chicago. A lot of artists here. Some of the pictures showing some of the more famous sites along the road. Route 66, more than anything, is history, it's culture, it's Americana. And museums like this are what we need to keep that culture alive.
The Bob Waldmire Exhibit, which includes the famous road yacht that he lived in, pictures of which you're seeing right now, is open during the summer, April through October, 9 to 5, and closed during the winter. The Walldog exhibit has the same hours, 9 to 5 every day during the summer, closed from November to March. The Route 66 Museum itself is open 9 to 5 every day, April through October, and 10 to 4 every day, November through March. Admission for all of these destinations is free, but they do accept donations. If you'd like to know more about them, we'll have links in the description. If you've been there, tell us what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a video. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, visit the Oddtrotter website, which will also be in the description. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I've got to be trotting along.